God is trying to speak to you. A massive miracle is happening right now. This moment will not come again, so listen carefully before 11:59 p.m. If you skip this, God will never speak to you again. This is not a mistake. This moment is sacred. It is not just a pause in your life, it is an appointed time, a divine interruption. Heaven is reaching out to your heart right now. If you walk away, if you scroll past, if you ignore this, something meant for your life could be missed forever. God is speaking. His voice is whispering into your soul, and this may be the only time you'll ever hear him this clearly. If you turn your ears away now, you may not hear him again. This is urgent. This is holy. This is not to be ignored. Please take a second and comment Amen if you believe God has more for your life than what you see right now. Right now, you are standing on the edge of a miracle. A shift is taking place in the unseen. God is opening a door that no man can shut. The chains that held you for years are shaking loose. But he needs your attention. He needs your heart. He needs your surrender. Not later. Not tomorrow. Before 11:59 p.m., heaven is trying to reach you. And if you dismiss this call, the silence that follows might feel colder than anything you've ever known. He has seen the nights you cried alone. He has felt the weight you carry. He knows you've prayed for answers, for healing, for freedom. This is that moment. This is when your breakthrough begins. Not with noise, but with stillness. Not with signs in the sky, but with this quiet, piercing voice that's speaking through every word you're hearing now. You were led here for a reason. This was not by accident. Your life is about to change. There are some who will feel this in their bones. The stirring, the tremble in the spirit, the knowing that God himself is leaning in close. This isn't just encouragement. It is divine intervention. He is not far. He is not silent. He is not indifferent. You've begged for confirmation. You've asked for a sign. This is it. This is the sign you didn't think would come. God is calling out to the broken, the tired, the doubting, the wandering. He is calling out to you, the one who feels forgotten, the one who feels unseen. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not abandoned. The enemy has tried to convince you otherwise, but he is a liar. You are chosen. You are loved. You are called by name. If you're feeling something in your chest right now, like your heart is trembling, that's not emotion, it's recognition. Your soul knows this is real. That's the Spirit of God knocking. He's trying to get your attention. Don't silence it. Don't distract yourself. Let it in. Let him in. If you've ever believed God could do something impossible, comment 1111 now. God is not asking you to be perfect. He's not asking you to have all the answers. He's asking you to listen, to pause, to open the door just a little. Revelation 3:20 says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in." Right now, he's at the door of your heart, knocking gently but firmly. Will you open it? This is your moment. Not next week. Not after the new job. Not once life calms down. This is the now moment. Heaven does not operate on your schedule. This isn't about convenience. It's about destiny. There are some seasons that won't wait, some blessings that won't linger forever, and this is one of them. A miracle is in motion. Something you've prayed for, cried over, fasted about, is beginning to unfold. Even if you can't see it yet, God is at work. He's shifting things, rearranging pieces, softening hearts, opening paths. But it's tied to this very moment. Your willingness to listen, your ability to trust, your courage to believe again. Many have walked away from moments like this, thinking it was just another message. But this isn't a message. This is a visitation. This is a whisper from eternity, something only your spirit can fully grasp. The kind of moment you remember for the rest of your life, the one you look back on and say, "That's when everything changed." You may feel unworthy, but God isn't speaking to the version of you that failed. He's speaking to the real you, the one He created, the one He chose, the one He redeemed. He's not looking at your mistakes. He's looking at your heart. He's looking at your potential. He sees who you can become if you just say yes. There are divine promises hanging over your life, waiting to be fulfilled. But some of them can only be unlocked through obedience. Not just doing what feels good, but doing what God is calling you to do. And that starts with listening, with receiving, with opening your heart again. The enemy wants you to ignore this. He'll try to distract you with doubt, with tiredness, with the thought that this isn't for you. But resist him. He only fights what he fears. And right now he fears you receiving this. Because when you do, chains will break, strongholds will fall, healing will begin. God's hand is on you. Even if you've wandered far, He never let go. You're not too broken. You're not too late. You're not too far gone. You're right on time. Because He's the one who brought you here. And He doesn't make mistakes. Take this moment seriously. The spiritual realm is not sleeping. Angels are moving. Heaven is watching. Your name is being spoken in heavenly places. Prayers you forgot you even prayed are being remembered right now. Doors are creaking open. Light is breaking into dark places. If this has already started stirring something in your soul, and you believe God is speaking directly to you, I want to ask just once, please, like this video. It helps carry this moment to someone else who might be standing on the edge of giving up. Could your brain be the reason you're still broke? Scientists just confirmed. A 9-word sentence hidden deep in your subconscious may be blocking money from your life. But now you can reverse it. Say these 9 words and wealth starts to follow you starting today. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. God sees your pain. He's seen your tears on the pillow when no one else knew. He knows the nights you didn't want to wake up again. But you're still here. And that alone is proof that He's not finished with you. His plan is still alive. His purpose for you is still unfolding. You are part of something much bigger than you can imagine. You are protected. You are covered. There are things that should have destroyed you, but they didn't. Because God's hand shielded you. You've survived things others didn't. And that is no small thing. That is the mark of divine protection. It means your story isn't over. It means your assignment is still active. This is not noise. This is not just another thing you'll forget in 5 minutes. This is God asking you to stop, to breathe, and to recognize that this moment was carved out of eternity for you. If anything inside you is stirring right now, I want you to comment 222 to show that your trust is still alive, even if it's hanging by a thread. There are days when everything feels distant. You pray, and it feels like silence. You hope, and nothing seems to change. But don't mistake silence for absence. God is always working in the hidden places. When it's quiet, when it's dark, when it feels like nothing is moving, that's when roots grow deeper. That's when strength is being built, not seen. And that's why you're still breathing, still standing, still able to feel the pull of something higher. You've been held together by a power far greater than your own. God is calling you to remember who you are, not the version the world tried to break, not the version shaped by rejection, but the version He created with purpose and love. You are not an accident. You were not formed in chaos. You were spoken into being by the very breath of God. That alone makes you priceless. No mistake you've made, no pain you've endured, no failure that has clung to you can erase what he wrote over your life. You are not forgotten. Heaven knows your name. Even if people left, even if promises were broken, even if love was taken from you too soon, God has not left. He still has plans for you, and some of them are on the edge of becoming real. But he needs your heart open. He needs your spirit still, because some of the most powerful miracles begin when we finally stop fighting and start listening. When you were crying alone, he was beside you. When you were praying with no words, just tears, he heard every one. Psalm 56:8 says that he collects every tear in a bottle. That means not one drop of your pain has gone unnoticed. Every ounce of sorrow is sacred to him. And when the time is right, that sorrow becomes seed. And the harvest that comes from it? Unimaginable. You've been walking through a season where everything feels uncertain. Your faith has been tested in ways that nearly broke you. But hear this, the attack was not proof of abandonment, it was proof of your calling. The enemy doesn't fight what isn't a threat. You were marked with purpose before you were even born. The pressure you felt wasn't to crush you, it was to awaken you, to make you ready for what's next. Don't let go now. You've come too far to walk away empty. Don't silence the hunger inside of you that knows there's more, because there is, and it's closer than you think. What if your next prayer is the one that breaks through? What if your next act of faith is the one that unlocks the blessing you've waited your whole life to see? What if everything starts turning now, not tomorrow, not someday now? God is speaking softly, but clearly. It may not be through a loud voice, but through peace that suddenly settles in your chest, through a sentence that seems like it was written just for you, through the feeling that this is not just another passing moment. This is different. It's divine. Don't let it pass you by. I know you've been tired in your bones, tired of hoping and waiting, tired of pretending everything's fine. But you don't have to fake strength in front of God. He's not intimidated by your weakness. He already knows. And he's not asking you to carry it all. He's asking you to give it to him, to lay it down. That pain, that shame, that fear, all of it. Some of the things you lost weren't punishment. They were preparation. God removed what couldn't go with you into your next season. He took what you thought you needed, not to hurt you, but to make room. Room for healing, room for new people, room for joy that isn't fragile. You thought the ending was the worst thing that could happen. But sometimes endings are actually doors. And what's on the other side of that door is more beautiful than you dare to imagine. Restoration, peace, wholeness, laughter that doesn't feel forced, days that don't feel heavy before they even begin. That's what he wants to give you, not a quick fix, a full renewal. You may feel small, but you're not insignificant. Your prayers carry weight in heaven. Your worship shakes things in the spirit. Your obedience moves angels. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You walk with the backing of heaven. That means no weapon formed against you will prosper. That means what tried to bury you will not succeed. Comment 333 if you're declaring with faith that your breakthrough is near. This is your confirmation, the one you've been waiting on, the whisper you've been hoping to hear. God is not only with you, he is ahead of you, making crooked places straight, clearing paths, preparing blessings that have your name on them. You haven't missed your chance. You're not too late. The window of grace is still open. But don't ignore the urgency. Don't assume it will always be there. Some things must be received in the moment they're offered. Why did 19,583 people suddenly become financially free last month? they all discovered a strange sentence. Just 9 words long. Buried in neuroscience research and once hidden by the FBI. Now they're paying off debt, traveling the world, and living in homes they never thought they could afford. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. You may not know how it all works out, but faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting the one who does. And right now he's inviting you to trust again, to believe again, to hope again, even if it scares you, even if you've been disappointed before. Trust is the key to the door that leads to your miracle. God's timing is not like ours. Sometimes he waits until the last second, until 11:59 p.m., just to show that it was him all along. So if things look like they're falling apart, maybe they're actually falling into place. Maybe this tension you feel is the stretching before the shift. Maybe the shaking is clearing away what blocked your view of him. Hold on. Don't quit. Don't silence that voice inside you that still believes. You are being called higher. You are being pulled closer. And when you answer that call, when you listen instead of scroll past, you'll step into something you weren't even sure was possible anymore. God was walking with you through every valley, and now he's calling you to rise. This is the invitation. Not to something easy, but to something holy, something life-changing. The enemy has tried to bury your hope. He's tried to convince you that this is all there is, that things will never get better, that peace is for other people, not for you, that your story has too many broken parts to be made whole again. But the enemy doesn't get the final word. God does. And his word says you are chosen. His word says you are more than a conqueror. His word says he will never leave you or forsake you. That includes right now, in this very moment. If your heart feels like it's opening, like something sacred is waking up inside you, comment 555 as a way to say, I'm ready. You've asked God to speak, to show you he's still with you. This is it. This is the answer. He's reaching for you, not to shame you, not to punish you, but to pull you back into alignment with his love. You may have drifted, gotten distracted, maybe even given up completely, but God hasn't stopped calling your name. His voice has been chasing you, waiting for the moment when you'd stop running long enough to hear it. And now you're here. Let that sink in. You're here, not by accident. Not because of a scroll or a click, but because heaven wanted you to hear this. Because your heart needed a reminder that God is still writing your story. It's not over. Even if the pages feel torn and messy and painful, he's not done. And he doesn't throw away torn pages. He turns them into testimony. There's something powerful about silence, about those seasons when it seems like God isn't saying anything. Because in that silence, your faith is tested. Not faith in what he does, but faith in who he is. He doesn't change. His promises don't expire. His plans don't fail. Even when it's silent, God is speaking through what he's doing behind the scenes. He's setting things in motion that your eyes haven't seen yet. Sometimes he holds things back because we're not ready. Sometimes he waits, not to hurt us, but to protect us. And when the time is right, it all comes together in ways we couldn't plan. What you thought was a delay was actually his divine protection. What you thought was rejection was redirection. God sees what we cannot see. He knows what's around the corner, and his timing is always perfect. Maybe you've been walking with your head down for too long. Maybe you've forgotten how much you matter to him. But listen closely, God is still your defender. He still calls you his own. You are not a burden to him, you are a treasure. He doesn't just tolerate you, he delights in you. Zephaniah 3:17 says, He rejoices over you with singing. Can you imagine that? The God of the universe sings over you, not because you're perfect, but because you're His. You've lost things. People have walked away. Some dreams feel shattered, but nothing that's truly from God can be stolen. If He gave it, He can restore it. If He promised it, He will fulfill it. He's not finished until the promise becomes reality. So don't settle for the lie that this is as good as it gets. Don't shrink yourself to fit a life that no longer reflects what He's placed inside of you. You have a calling. It may not look like anyone else's. It may not come with a spotlight, but it's yours. It's sacred, and it still lives inside you, even if you've tried to bury it. The gifts God placed in you didn't disappear when you got discouraged. They didn't vanish when life hit you hard. They're still there, waiting to be used, waiting to bring light into dark places. You don't need to be perfect to be used by God. You don't need a platform. You don't need people's approval. You just need to say yes. That yes, even if it's whispered through trembling lips, is powerful. It opens doors. It moves heaven. It tells God you're ready, even if you're scared. Especially if you're scared. Because courage isn't about not feeling fear, it's about choosing to obey in spite of it. If you believe God is still writing your story, comment 1212 as a sign that you're still holding on to hope. There's someone reading this who has been on the edge of quitting. You've smiled on the outside while dying inside. You've carried burdens no one knows about, and you've convinced yourself that you're alone in it. But you're not. God sees you. He's not just aware of your pain, He's in it with you. You don't have to pretend anymore. You don't have to be strong for everyone else. You can fall apart in His presence. He's strong enough to hold you together. Maybe you've been asking for clarity, and all you've gotten is confusion. But what if God is using the silence to sharpen your focus? What if the clarity you need isn't about what's next, but about who He is? The more you fix your eyes on Him, the less the confusion will overwhelm you. Because peace isn't found in answers, it's found in presence. And God's presence is here, right now. Could a 9-word ritual really be your key to financially freedom? What sounds like fiction is now being confirmed by science. Harvard researchers and FBI documents point to a hidden brain center that, when activated, draws in abundance naturally. This 9-word prayer has helped over 19,000 broke people attract wealth and live a life full of abundance. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. The world is loud, fear is loud, doubt is loud, but God speaks in stillness, and He's whispering to you now. Can you hear it? The quiet pull on your heart, the soft nudge in your spirit. Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off. Let it in. Let Him in. He wants to restore you. Not just fix a few things, but restore the whole you. Mind, heart, spirit, dreams, joy, identity, all of it. He's not intimidated by the damage. He's not afraid of the dark corners. He specializes in resurrection, and He can breathe life into places you thought were long gone. So, lift your head, square your shoulders. You are not defeated. You are not too far behind. The God who split the sea, who raised the dead, who calmed storms with a word, that same God is with you. He is for you, and He's speaking directly to your soul tonight. This moment is holy. Protect it. Sit with it. Let it soak in. You won't get it back once it's gone. God is moving now. He's not waiting for a better version of you. He wants you as you are. Don't miss what He's doing. Don't delay your surrender. Don't push this away. God is near to the brokenhearted. He binds up wounds that nobody else even sees. While others see your smile and assume you're fine, God sees the nights when you've laid awake questioning everything. He sees the prayers that never made it out loud. And He hasn't turned away. He's closer now than He's ever been, and this moment is proof of that. You're not forgotten. You're not passed over. You're not invisible. You're being held. Comment 777 right now if you know deep in your soul that God is still holding your life together, even when you feel like it's falling apart. You've been trying to carry it all. The fear, the pressure, the doubt, the questions, but your shoulders were never meant to carry that weight alone. That's why you're tired. That's why it's been so hard to keep going. God didn't design you to be your own savior. He didn't ask you to figure it all out. He asked you to trust Him, to rest in Him. And He's standing in front of you right now, ready to take every burden you've been hiding from the world. Let Him carry it. Let Him carry you. The battle you're fighting isn't just physical or emotional. It's spiritual. And some of the heaviness you feel isn't because you're weak, it's because you're chosen. When you're called, the attacks come harder. The resistance is stronger. But take heart. God has already gone before you. He's covering your back. He's surrounding you with strength you can't even see. The enemy wants you to feel alone, like you've been abandoned in your struggle. But that's a lie. You are surrounded by grace, covered in mercy, and protected by the hand of the Almighty. This is why the enemy has been trying so hard to distract you, because he knows what's coming. He knows that if you stay locked in to what God is doing in this very moment, chains will break, generational curses will end, healing will flow, faith will rise. The devil doesn't fight what doesn't threaten him. So if you've been under pressure, under attack, overwhelmed, it's because you are on the edge of something holy. You're not behind. You're not late. You're exactly where you need to be for this divine encounter. You've asked God to speak. He is. Not through loud thunder, but through this soft moment, through this stillness, through the tears in your eyes right now that you didn't even expect. That's Him. His Spirit is near. Some of you have felt like giving up. You've wondered if any of it matters, if all the prayers you've prayed just evaporated. But they didn't. Not one word you've spoken to God has been wasted. Revelation 5-8 says our prayers are kept in golden bowls in heaven. That means they matter. That means God holds them. He treasures them, and He acts on them in the right time. Don't stop praying. Don't stop believing, even if you've seen delay after delay. Because delay is not denial. Sometimes the waiting is where the most important work happens. That's where character is built. That's where faith is refined. And that's where trust becomes real, not just words, but your foundation. You may feel like you're drowning, but you're not. God is lifting you, even now. He is not overwhelmed by what overwhelms you. He is not anxious about your future. He holds it. And He holds you. You are His child. That means you are covered, you are known, and you are deeply loved. Not in theory, not as a distant idea, but here, now, personally, intimately. You've been through so much, more than people know. But what you've walked through didn't destroy you. It refined you. You came through the fire, and though it hurt, you are still standing. That's not weakness, that's strength. That's resilience that only comes from walking with God through the hardest of storms. He's not done with your story. In fact, the next part will be the most powerful yet. If you believe your story isn't over and God's about to turn the page, comment 999 as a declaration of faith. God has been speaking in quiet moments, through people, through closed doors, through that still small voice that you've pushed aside, thinking it was just your own thoughts. But it's Him. He's been there in the hospital room, in the silence of your car, in the middle of sleepless nights, whispering, "You're not alone. I'm still here. I've still got you." And now, he's speaking clearly. He's calling you out of survival mode, out of fear, out of numbness, into healing, into purpose, into the promise he's had for you since the beginning of time. This is your turning point, but you have to choose to receive it. What do brain surgeons and billionaires know that you don't? This 9-word money code, once reserved for elites, is now being shared with everyday people, and the results are mind-boggling. Cash windfalls, cleared debt, and lifelong stress gone. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. That's what this moment is about. It's not about being perfect. It's about being willing. Are you willing to let go of what you've been clinging to? The pain, the anger, the shame, the doubt. Are you willing to believe, even a little, that God still has good things for you, that He's not done showing you His faithfulness? You don't have to earn this. You don't have to prove yourself. You just have to say yes. Yes to being loved. Yes to being restored. Yes to being seen and known and cared for by a Father who never left. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let guilt chain you down. There is more for your life. More than survival. More than struggle. There's peace that passes all understanding. There's joy that doesn't need a reason. There's purpose that goes deeper than any pain. And it's all still available. But you must respond. Let this be your moment. Not tomorrow, not next week, before 11:59 p.m., because something is shifting now. And God's voice won't always come like this. Don't harden your heart. Don't turn away. You know this is different. You know this is holy. He's never been blind to your suffering. And even when it felt like heaven was silent, He was working. He was waiting for your heart to open, like it is right now, because this moment is more than a passing feeling. It's an appointment with His presence. God is doing something in your spirit right now that you may not even fully understand yet. There's a deep peace beginning to settle, even in the middle of all the chaos. That's how you know He's close. Not because your circumstances changed instantly, but because you're feeling Him again. You're hearing Him again. That heaviness you've carried, the guilt, the exhaustion, the fear, it's starting to lift. He's trading it for something better, something eternal, something that can't be stolen. If your heart believes that something is shifting, even if your eyes can't see it yet, comment 1010 right now as a quiet yes to God. This may be the first time in a long time that you've actually paused and let yourself feel again. And I know it's scary. You've been let down before. You've hoped for things that didn't happen. You've prayed prayers that went unanswered, so now your heart has learned to expect disappointment. But God isn't like people. He doesn't make promises and forget them. He doesn't walk away when it gets hard. He doesn't withhold love based on your performance. He is faithful, even when you're not. And He's proving that to you right now. There's a reason your soul is drawn to this. There's a reason this isn't just background noise to you. It's because God is reaching you directly. He's not interested in surface-level comfort. He wants to do deep, soul-level healing. The kind that rewrites the way you see yourself. The kind that restores what was broken long before you knew how to name the pain. He knows your past. Every mistake, every choice, every moment you wish you could undo. And yet He still calls you beloved, still calls you chosen. That's the mystery of grace. You don't have to clean yourself up before coming to Him. You come as you are, and He does the cleaning. You bring the ashes, and He brings the beauty. You've carried shame like a second skin. You've hidden pieces of yourself out of fear that even God might not want them. But hear this. There is no part of you too broken for His love. There is no part of your story too messy for His redemption. He doesn't turn away from your wounds. He kneels beside you and binds them, tenderly, carefully, completely. You might not know how to trust anymore. That's okay. Trust starts with small steps. And this moment, this awareness that He is near, it's one of those steps. Every time you listen a little longer, every time you soften your heart, every time you dare to believe again, you're choosing trust. And God honors that. He sees the way you keep going, even when it hurts. He sees how you love others, even while you're still healing. That doesn't go unnoticed in heaven. He's been collecting every silent prayer, every tear, every quiet act of faith that no one else saw. And now, He's getting ready to release something into your life that matches the weight of what you've walked through. Because the God who watches also rewards. And the reward isn't just things, it's peace. It's restoration. It's waking up and knowing you're no longer alone in the fight. It's walking through life with a sense of purpose, no matter what comes. That's what He wants to give you. Not empty religion, not guilt, not rules. Just Him, His presence, His love, His voice guiding you day by day. There is no situation too complicated for Him to enter. There is no trauma too deep for Him to touch. There is no past He cannot rewrite. He is the God of resurrection, of new beginnings. And that includes you. That includes right now. You may be wondering, why now? Why me? Because God's timing is perfect. You weren't ready before. Your heart wasn't open like it is now. But now you're listening. Now you're still. And now He's moving. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to receive it. To open your hands and say, God, I don't have it all together, but I'm here. I'm listening. If that's your prayer right now, if that's what your heart is whispering, comment 1515 to make that declaration real. Why is the government desperate to hide this 9-word prayer? A shocking FBI leak has just revealed a simple 9-word prayer now letting everyday people erase debt and attract unstoppable wealth. Verified by leading scientists and supported by Harvard research, this at-home ritual is turning financial stress into a life of luxury. Dream homes, new cars, luxurious vacations, it's all within reach. But the government could take down this secret any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone anymore. Not to your past, not to the people who misunderstood you, not even to yourself. You've spent too long trying to earn what God is giving freely. You don't have to fight to be seen anymore. You are already fully known and fully loved by the one who matters most. Let go of the pressure. Let go of the fear that says you'll never be enough. You already are. Not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. He is enough, and because He is in you, that means you are enough too. You've been looking for signs, hoping for some kind of clarity. This is it. This is the voice behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. This is your turning point. You don't have to wait for some perfect moment. This is the moment. And it may not look dramatic, but what God is doing in your heart right now is eternal. The world won't see it, but heaven does. There's a fresh anointing being released over your life, a divine covering, an invisible strength. From this moment forward, things are going to shift, not because of anything external, but because something inside you has shifted. You've made space for God to move, and He will. Don't rush past this. Don't treat it like just another post, another video, another thing to forget tomorrow. This is sacred. This is your invitation into something deeper, something real, something unshakable. You are seen, you are known, you are safe, and the miracle is already moving, right now. Don't walk away from this moment without taking it in fully. Let it mark you. Let it shape the way you pray, the way you hope, the way you walk through this life from now on. God is speaking, not just in general. He is speaking to you, and He's saying, "You are mine. I've never stopped loving you. I've never left your side, and I never will." Let those words take root. Let them grow. Let them carry you. We've been told you're not enough, that your story is too messy, that your past disqualifies you, but God says otherwise. He says you are redeemed. He says you are chosen. He says you are His. This is not just something to comfort you, it's something to wake you up, to stir your spirit, to remind you that you were never meant to live stuck in fear or shame or survival mode. You were meant to live in the freedom of His truth, the truth that you are covered, that you are not too far gone, that your miracle hasn't passed you by. In fact, it's closer than you think. If something deep inside you is telling you this is for you, then don't hesitate. Comment 1717 right now as a sign of faith. You've been carrying the weight of things you were never supposed to carry, trying to make sense of your past, trying to fix everything, trying to stay strong when all you've really wanted was to fall apart and be held. And God says, "Let me hold you. Let me be your strength." He's not asking for performance. He's asking for surrender. Not because He wants to control you, but because He wants to free you. There is a quiet strength rising in you, even now. You may not feel it, but it's happening. Because when God speaks, He speaks to the root of things. He doesn't patch the surface. He restores what's underneath. You've been functioning in broken places for so long, you forgot what it feels like to breathe freely. But He's healing you, bit by bit, word by word, from the inside out. This is not the end of your story, and it's not too late to change direction. God can turn what was meant to destroy you into the very thing that launches you. That mistake you thought ruined everything? It's the ground where grace is growing. That moment of weakness you've carried with shame? It's where God will show His strength. You don't have to run anymore. You don't have to pretend you're okay when you're not. Just be honest with Him. He already knows. Some of you have been waiting for someone to come back. A person, a promise, a version of life you lost. But what if God isn't trying to bring the past back? What if He's doing something new? Isaiah 43:19 says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" The reason it hasn't looked like what you expected is because it's something you've never seen before. But it's still Him, still good, still perfectly timed. You may have felt abandoned, even by God. But the truth is, He's been with you the entire time. In the dark, in the silence, in the moments when everything felt like it was falling apart, He was there. He never stepped away. He never turned His back. And now, He's calling you closer, not to condemn you, but to restore you. There's something powerful about finally letting God love you where you are, instead of where you think you should be. That's where freedom begins. That's where peace starts to grow. You were never meant to be the one holding everything together. That's His job. Yours is to let go, to lean in, to say, "God, I trust you, even when I don't understand." You've waited. You've watched others get what you've been praying for, and part of you wondered if you were forgotten. But hear this. Clearly delayed does not mean denied. God is not ignoring you. He is preparing you. There are things He's growing in you that will make the blessing sustainable when it comes. He doesn't just want you to receive it, He wants you to be ready to carry it. And when it comes, and it will come with peace, it will come with clarity, It will come with joy that doesn't need to be explained. That's how you'll know it was him. If you're believing for that kind of peace and breakthrough, comment Amen right now. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150 million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. You are not weak for needing God. You are wise. You are aware of the truth that without him nothing else works. And that's where your power begins. In surrender. In admitting that you can't do this on your own anymore. That you were never meant to. And that he is ready, willing, and able to step in and carry you through the rest of this journey. God has not brought you this far to leave you. He didn't breathe life into you just to watch you break. He created you for more than pain, more than confusion, more than disappointment. He created you for relationship, for joy, for purpose, for peace that lasts. He created you to walk with him, not just when you're strong, but especially when you're not. Even now, his Spirit is whispering to you, "You're not alone. I'm here. I've always been here." That ache in your chest, that lump in your throat, that's the evidence of his presence. He is moving. He is healing. He is reminding you that you are still his. You may not know what tomorrow holds, but you can be sure of who holds you. That is your anchor. Not circumstances, not answers. Him, his presence, his unchanging love. That's what you can count on. That's what you can rest in. Let this be the moment you stop trying to carry everything alone. Let this be the turning point where things begin to shift, not because the world around you changes, but because something inside you does. You were made for more. You were called for this. And you are not late. You are right on time for a miracle that's already in motion. Hold on to that. Don't let it go. The places where the pain hides, where hope flickers, where questions live. And he's not coming with judgment. He's coming with love that doesn't flinch, even at your worst. This is a divine interruption, a sacred pause in your ordinary day, and it's not meant to pass quietly. It's meant to wake you up to something you've been aching for but didn't know how to find. You've searched in people, in plans, in distractions, but peace was never there. Peace has always been in his presence, and he's inviting you into it now. If you're ready to let go of all that's weighing you down, comment 333 as a step of surrender. You don't need to figure out how to fix everything before you come to God. You don't need to have the words. You don't need to pretend. You just need to be honest. Because that's where healing starts, in truth, in openness, in the quiet moment when you finally admit, "God, I need you." And he doesn't respond with anger. He responds with mercy. Every time. Because his love for you isn't fragile. It's not based on how well you're doing. It's based on who he is. And he is faithful, even when you're not. That's what makes grace so beautiful. It meets you in the middle of your mess and says, "You still belong to me." This isn't just about making you feel better. It's about breaking chains that have held you for far too long. Chains of fear, chains of guilt, chains of trying to be strong when all you've wanted is to collapse into something real. God sees how hard you've been fighting just to stay afloat. And he's not here to scold you for sinking, he's here to pull you out of the storm. You've been asking if he hears you. He does. You've been wondering if he sees you. He does. Not just the version of you that smiles in public, but the real you. the one who cries in silence, the one who questions in the dark, the one who has held on to faith even when it hurt. And because of that, breakthrough is closer than you think. Some of the things you thought were lost forever are about to be restored, not because of luck, not because you earned it, but because God is a restorer. He rebuilds what was torn down. He breathes life into things we've already buried. He's not afraid of your ruins. He sees them as the perfect place for resurrection. Right now, heaven is closer than it's ever been. The atmosphere around you is shifting, not because of anything you've done, but because God is moving. This is holy ground. This is the moment when chains break, not with force, but with truth. When lies lose their grip, when fear backs down to the power of His voice. You've been praying for confirmation, and this is it. You've asked God to show you a sign that He's still with you, and this is your sign. Not just words, but something in your spirit that is coming alive again. That ache in your heart isn't just pain, it's purpose waking up. It's faith stirring. It's heaven reminding you that you are still part of the story. If you believe something new is being born in your spirit today, comment Amen to declare it out loud. This world has taught you to hide, to pretend, to numb yourself. But God doesn't want your performance. He wants your presence. He wants your heart. He wants the real you, because only the real you can be healed. Only the honest version of yourself can be loved fully. And that love, it's here now, wrapping around your heart like a warm blanket after a cold night. You're not beyond repair. You're not disqualified. You are exactly who God knew you would be at this point in your life. And He still chose you, still called you, still wants to walk every step of the road ahead with you. He's not disappointed in you. He's not tired of your struggles. He's patient, He's kind, and He's not going anywhere. You've been walking through fire, and it's felt like too much. But God is using that fire to refine you, not destroy you. You're coming out stronger, cleaner, sharper, and what was meant to consume you will become the very thing that proves you were always protected. The fire didn't burn you, it revealed you. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful, some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. And soon, others will see what God saw in you all along, not just someone who survived, but someone who carries power, who carries peace, who walks into dark rooms and shifts the atmosphere because the Spirit of God lives inside you. That's your identity. Not broken, not weak, but chosen, covered, anointed. I know it's hard to believe sometimes, especially when the pain feels bigger than the promise. But God is not finished. He is still writing, still shaping, still redeeming every chapter of your story. And the part you're in now, it's not the end. It's just the place where He starts turning everything around. You're going to laugh again, breathe again, trust again. You're going to wake up without dread in your chest. You're going to walk in peace that makes no sense. Because God is with you, not just in words, in power, in presence, in reality. So hold on, even if by a thread. Stay open, stay soft, stay listening, because this moment isn't just another one, it's a doorway, a divine intersection between your need and God's mercy. And when you step through it, everything changes. You are not behind, you are not forgotten, you are not too broken. You are exactly where God can reach you, and He is. More restoration, more of his presence. And he is not asking you to be strong for him. He's asking you to be honest with him. Because when you lay your weakness at his feet, he covers it with his strength. This is the moment when heaven touches earth, your life, your heart. Not in some distant future, not for someone else, not for those who seem more deserving, right here, right now, for you. Because God is personal, his love is personal, his promises are personal, and this moment is wrapped in mercy, hand-delivered to your soul by a God who refuses to give up on you. If something in you feels like it's waking up again, comment Amen and let your spirit respond. You don't have to carry the weight of regret anymore. God knows the choices you wish you could take back. He knows the moments that make you flinch when you remember them. But he's not holding them against you. He's not shaking his head in disappointment. He's reaching for you with compassion. The kind of compassion that washes over every mistake and replaces it with peace. The kind that says, I still love you. I still want you. I still have plans for you. You are not too much for him. Your pain isn't too deep. Your questions aren't too heavy. You can bring every part of yourself into his presence without fear of being pushed away. God welcomes your mess. He welcomes your doubts. He welcomes your silence. He sees through the noise and reaches straight to your heart, right where it hurts the most. And in that very place, the one you've been hiding. He wants to bring light, healing, peace. Not the kind of peace the world offers, but real peace, lasting peace. The kind that says even when everything around you is shaking, you are still held, still safe, still steady in his arms. You've been afraid that maybe you missed your moment, that maybe the miracle passed you by. But God is reminding you now he doesn't operate on human time. His promises are not ruled by deadlines. He's never early, and he's never late. He moves when the time is right. And if you're reading this, the time is right. He's not finished, he's just getting started. Comment 1111 if you believe your miracle is still on its way. Sometimes God strips things away not to punish us, but to protect us. He removes what was never meant to stay, even if we thought we needed it. And when that happens, it hurts. It confuses us. We question everything. But later, sometimes much later, we look back and realize what he did was mercy. Pure mercy. He saw what we couldn't see. He knew what we didn't know. And even when it didn't feel good, it was still good for us. You might not understand what God is doing in your life right now. It might feel like everything is falling apart. But what if it's actually falling into place? What if the shaking is making room for something better? What if the silence is preparing you to hear him more clearly than ever before? God's ways aren't always easy to understand, but they are always for your good, always rooted in love, always part of a bigger picture that you can't see yet. You may be in the middle of the puzzle, staring at scattered pieces, but God sees the whole picture, and he's placing each piece exactly where it needs to be. There are blessings coming with your name on them, not because you've earned them, not because you've figured everything out, but because God is good, because he's a father who gives good gifts to his children, and you are his child. You've always been his child. You've walked through valleys that should have taken you out. You've survived storms that came to break you, and somehow you're still here, still standing. That's not luck, that's grace, that's divine protection. That's God's hand on your life. Even when you didn't realize it, he's been carrying you through things you didn't have strength for, shielding you from things you never even saw coming. And now he's inviting you into something deeper, not just survival, not just getting by, but real, abundant life, the kind that heals from the inside out, the kind that fills you with joy again, the kind that reminds you why you were created. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not just another face in the crowd. God knows your name. He knows your story. And He's not done writing it. You may feel like you've been wandering, lost, uncertain. But God sees the path ahead. He's been guiding you, even in the dark. And now He's saying, "Come closer. Trust me again. I'm still here, not with condemnation but with love. The kind of love that never runs out. The kind of love that knows everything about you and still chooses you." If you're choosing to trust Him again today, even with trembling hands, comment 222 as a sign of faith. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. This is not the end, it's the beginning. The breaking point you thought would destroy you is actually the doorway to something new. And God is waiting for your yes, not a perfect yes, just an honest one. A yes that says, "I'm tired, but I'm willing." A yes that says, "I don't understand, but I'm listening." A yes that opens the door for heaven to move. Let today be the day you stop trying to earn what has already been given. Let it be the day you rest in the truth that you are loved, fully and completely, by a God who doesn't change His mind about you. He's not waiting for you to prove yourself. He's waiting for you to receive Him. So take the hand He's reaching out with. Let Him walk you out of the fear. Let Him speak life into the places you've called dead. Let Him be the Father your soul has been crying out for. Heaven has not forgotten you. The promises spoken over your life still stand. Time does not cancel God's word. Delay does not erase destiny. Your story was never meant to end in loss, defeat, or disappointment. You were created with purpose, and that purpose has not expired. The enemy has whispered lies that your time is up, that you've missed your chance, that too much has gone wrong, but those lies fall silent in the presence of truth. And the truth is, God still has a plan for you. He's not waiting for you to figure everything out. He's not asking you to rebuild your life alone. He's asking you to give Him space to move. That's all. Your surrender, not your strength, is what opens the door to the miraculous. God moves best in the broken places. Where there's nothing left to hold on to, that's where He shows Himself strongest. You've been strong for everyone else. You've carried burdens with a quiet bravery that no one sees. But God sees. And He's saying it's time to stop carrying it all alone. It's time to lay it down. He didn't create you to break under pressure. He created you to walk in peace. Not just temporary relief, but real peace that stays even when the storm rages around you. There's a miracle forming even now, but it requires your heart to be open, not perfect open. Soft enough to believe again, willing enough to listen when He says, "I'm not finished, I'm still working. Don't give up on what I started." If you believe God is still working in your life, comment 777 right now. You've been through the fire, and you thought it would destroy you. But the fire didn't burn you, it purified you. You are not the same person who walked into that season. You've gained strength you didn't know you had. You've discovered a depth in your soul that only pain could reveal, and God is going to use all of it. Every tear, every scar, every lonely night, it will not be wasted. He's the God who redeems all things, not some things, not only the things that make sense, all things. And that includes you. That includes your past. That includes what people said about you. That includes the mess you tried to clean up on your own. Nothing is too complicated for Him, nothing too ruined, nothing too far gone. You are not just surviving, you are being prepared. Your spirit is being trained to carry something greater, and when the time is right, God will release you into the very thing that once felt out of reach. The wait wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And the delay was filled with purpose. God says, the angels are in shock because only you still don't know what happened last night. This is your last chance to know the whole truth, so stay with me and listen carefully. You have no idea what just passed you in the darkness. You have no idea what I saved you from while you slept. The heavens stood still, the angels watched in silence, and I moved on your behalf. But you still walk unaware. Child, this is not something to ignore. This is not something to pass by lightly. If you turn away from this moment, you will miss something so deeply tied to your future that it may never return. You will miss a breakthrough that was meant for you. Stay close and listen. This is your last chance to understand what truly happened and why you were not taken, lost, or destroyed. If you believe this, comment, Amen. Last night, while your body rested, your name echoed through heaven. A war was fought in the spirit that you could not see with your eyes. The enemy came to sift you like wheat, to tear your peace apart and throw you into confusion. But I stood in between. I sent angels to block the blow. What was meant to touch you was stopped cold. What was sent to destroy your mind was intercepted. You don't realize how close you came to something that would have broken you. You are still here because I said, not this one is mine. You are not forgotten, you are not abandoned. The very fact that you are alive right now is not ordinary. It is not random. You were preserved, you were chosen. The enemy does not waste effort on those with no purpose. He launched something last night because he knows what is coming for you. He knows that your breakthrough is near, and if he can blind you right now, you might walk away from what was meant to lift you forever. This moment matters. I need you to listen with all your heart. If you only knew what tried to enter your home last night, if your eyes were opened, you would have wept. But I did not allow it. My hand covered your house. My hand covered your name. The plans formed against you in secret, but I saw them in the dark. Nothing escapes me. Every plan, every scheme, every whisper, I silenced it all before it could touch you. That is why the angels are in shock. Because you woke up as if it was just another day, not knowing what heaven just did to protect you. The enemy was not aiming at your body, he was aiming at your mind, your heart, your hope. He wanted to push you over the edge. Last night wasn't just about danger, it was about discouragement. He wanted to convince you that you are unseen, unloved, and uncovered. He wanted to make you give up quietly, but I would not let that happen. I preserved your mind. I covered your thoughts. I surrounded you with peace, even when chaos tried to wrap itself around you. I am the Lord your God, and I do not sleep. If you trust this, comment 1111. You are not hearing this by accident. I brought you here. I orchestrated this moment to speak directly to you, to pull you out of the fog and show you what really took place. You cannot afford to sleep on this. There are blessings hanging over your life that are waiting for your awareness. There is a miracle about to be released that depends on your faith today. I'm opening your eyes now because what happened last night was just the beginning of something I'm about to do for you. Your name was spoken in heaven with authority. Your name was declared protected, anointed, and set apart. That is why the attack came so suddenly. It came because what I'm about to release in your life is too big, too holy, and too dangerous to the enemy's kingdom. He fears what you're stepping into. But what he doesn't know is that I already secured the next part of your story. He cannot stop what I've started. He cannot erase what I've written. The only thing that could stop this now is your unbelief. So stay close. Don't walk away. What you call coincidence was actually warfare. That delay yesterday wasn't just traffic, it was my hand redirecting you. That moment of confusion wasn't you losing control, it was me shifting something in your spirit. I am not just saving you from what you see, I'm protecting you from what you cannot even sense. That is why I'm telling you this now. So you don't miss the weight of this moment. So you don't fall back into sleep while I'm shaking the ground under your feet. You think you're waiting on me, but heaven is waiting on you, waiting for your heart to open, waiting for your spirit to recognize the signs, waiting for you to believe that this is not just another day, but a divine window. You are in the middle of a turning point. I didn't bring you this far to leave you blind. I preserved you because I'm about to position you. But I need you to wake up. I need you to be fully present. Because last night wasn't just an attack, it was a signal, it was a warning, and it was a beginning. You have asked me for proof, for confirmation, for something to show you that I'm still with you. This is it. This moment right now. I am talking to you through these words because I love you more than you know. I want you to see that you are not just floating through life, you are being carried, guided, watched over. You are under my protection. The enemy trembles at the sound of your name when it's spoken in my presence, because he knows who you belong to. He knows the covenant over your life. Even when you are unaware, I am active. Even when you feel lost, I am writing your way through. I never let go. Even in your silence, I hear your heart. Even in your doubt, I am faithful. I don't choose you based on perfection. I choose you based on purpose, and yours is far from over. Do not believe the lie that says this is all there is. You haven't even seen what I'm about to do in your life. Like this video if you believe that what the enemy meant for harm is turning around right now for your good. Is it possible to attract money by simply speaking some miraculous words? This 9-word script, verified by Harvard and 6 neuroscience labs, proves you absolutely can. People are using it from their couch and reporting unexpected bank deposits, cleared debts, and upgraded lives. It takes less than 30 seconds. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You are more covered than you know. There is a reason you've survived things others couldn't. There's a reason you keep making it when all odds are against you. You were marked before birth, destined, called. That's why you feel such resistance. That's why last night was heavier than usual. But that's also why you're still standing. Because I held you, I shielded you, and I still am. I am the God who parts seas, breaks chains, and raises the dead. And I am not done showing my power in your life. The angels were on high alert. There was tension in the heavens because what was planned against you was serious, but I declared once again that you are mine. And what belongs to me is off limits. The angels are still in awe because while they saw what tried to happen, only you have no idea how close you came to destruction. Your peace was targeted. Your stability, your purpose, your mind, all of it was under threat. You felt the heaviness without knowing where it came from. You felt exhausted without any cause. That was spiritual weight pressing against you. But now I am revealing it, because I love you too much to let you walk forward in the dark. This is not just information. This is revelation. You need to know why you are still here. You need to know that it was not luck or chance that kept you alive. It was me. It has always been me. You prayed and asked me to protect you. You cried out for help when no one was around. I heard those quiet prayers, those whispers in the night when your heart was breaking. I never ignored you. I never looked away. My delay was not absence. My silence was not rejection. I was preparing a defense so strong that hell itself could not break through. I was wrapping you in a shield no demon could penetrate. And when the attack came last night, everything I put in place did exactly what I promised. It covered you. You are walking in answered prayer and don't even realize it yet. That accident that never happened, that call that never came, that breakdown that didn't go too far, those were the signs. That was me at work. You thought nothing happened, but child, something massive was stopped. I held back a wave that would have taken you under. I cancelled a sentence that was spoken against you. I reversed a decision meant to harm you. But now, I need you to understand it. Because what you don't acknowledge, you won't grow from. If you feel this in your spirit, comment 222. Do not ignore what I am saying to you now. There is a reason the attack came right before your breakthrough. There is a reason the enemy waited until now to press in. He senses that you are getting close to something powerful. A door is about to open that will shift everything. A chapter is about to begin that hell cannot touch. And that's what triggered the enemy's desperation. He tried to come for you in the night because he knows what I'm about to do in the light. You are being elevated. Even when you can't see it, I'm lifting you. This season of pressure has been building something greater inside of you. I'm developing a strength in you that will carry others. I'm forming a testimony in your life that will shake the chains off others. Your pain has not been wasted. Your delays were not denial. I've been shaping your character while shielding your soul. I'm preparing you for influence, for impact, for greater purpose. But you must stay alert now. The fight is not over. Don't go back to sleep spiritually. Don't brush this off and go back to your routine. You asked for clarity and I'm giving it. You asked for signs and I'm showing them. But what you do with this moment will determine how quickly the next door opens. This is your last chance to understand the full weight of what's been happening around you. Don't delay your growth by ignoring the spiritual battle. Don't waste what I've saved you from by pretending it wasn't serious. My presence is still with you. I didn't just protect you, I'm still walking beside you. I go before you in meetings you haven't attended yet. I'm softening hearts, opening opportunities, and removing hidden traps. My hand is over every detail. You are not moving alone. I am aligning the right people, the right timing, the right atmosphere. When the blessing shows up, it won't be random. It will be the fruit of what I've already been doing in silence. You don't need to figure everything out. You only need to trust me. You've asked me to show up, and I already have, but I need you to see my hand even when you don't feel my presence. I need you to believe my promise even when you're still in the waiting, because that's where faith grows, that's where strength is formed. When you worship in the silence, when you praise through the pressure, when you trust me in the unknown, that's when the breakthrough becomes unshakable. You are favored, not because of what you've done, but because of who I am. I chose you for this generation, for this time, for this battle. You've survived things others would have folded under. You've carried burdens silently and still smiled. That strength didn't come from you, it came from me. I gave you grace for this walk, and I am still giving you what you need. Your prayers are not floating, they are working. And soon, very soon, you'll see what they've been building behind the scenes. The heaviness you felt lately isn't random, it's spiritual pressure. It's the weight of what I'm birthing through you. The enemy wants you to believe it's just stress, just life. But it's more. It's the final resistance before your breakthrough. When it feels hardest, it means you're closest. So don't give in, don't back down. You've come too far. I've brought you too far, and what's ahead is far greater than anything behind you. What if everything you've been taught about money is a lie? A hidden 9-word prayer buried in a classified FBI report is now helping thousands attract wealth without lifting a finger. Scientists say it activates a 150-million-year-old part of your brain that controls abundance. Harvard-backed, lab-tested, life-changing. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I'm still the same God who split the sea, who brought water from a rock, who shut the mouths of lions, and who raised the dead. I have not changed. My power has not faded. What I did before, I can do again. And I'm about to do it for you. Not because you're perfect, but because you're mine. Because I love you. Because I have plans for you that you can't even imagine. But I need you to believe. Not halfway, not when it's easy, but now, even in the battle, you're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. Your name is written on my hand. Your tears are collected in my bottle. Every moment of pain, every quiet cry, every prayer when no one was listening, I heard it all. I've kept a record. And the time is coming when I will reward what was done in secret. The season is shifting, the storm is breaking, and you are stepping into a new level of favor. And you still wonder why. You still ask if I see you, if I hear your prayers, if I'm truly near. Let me tell you again, yes, I see you. Yes, I hear every cry, even the ones you never dared to say out loud. And yes, I am with you. Not from a distance. I am right here, closer than your breath. The reason I'm speaking now, with such urgency, is because you are standing on a spiritual cliff. And what comes next requires your attention. I need your eyes open. I need your heart ready. The next thing I'm about to release in your life will not make sense to your natural mind. You'll be tempted to question it, to doubt if it's real, to back away because of fear. But I'm preparing you in advance. I'm clearing the fog. Because when the doors swing open, I don't want you hesitating. I want you walking through them with confidence, knowing I went ahead of you. You are not who you were a year ago. Even if you feel weak, even if the pain has made you feel worn out, I have been strengthening you, quietly, steadily, deeply. You've grown through things no one else saw. You overcame silently while others thought you were fine. You carried the weight of decisions, heartbreak and confusion, and still got up every day. That is strength. That is courage. And I gave you that because what I've called you to carry requires it. If your spirit bears witness to this, comment 333. Speak your faith into the atmosphere. Last night, what tried to touch your mind would have altered your entire day today if I hadn't stepped in. The discouragement planned for you was meant to suffocate your vision, to make you question your worth, your calling, your future. But I shut that down. I didn't even let it get close. I placed my hand over your thoughts, guarded your heart, and surrounded you with peace in the middle of what should have been chaos. That's not something to overlook. That's something to praise me for. The truth is, you've been under attack for a while now. It hasn't always looked dramatic on the outside, but your soul has felt the tension. You've wrestled with unseen pressure, confusion, sudden weariness, a strange heaviness with no explanation. That's not your imagination. That's not you being weak. That's the enemy trying to wear you down little by little, because if he can't take you out all at once, he hopes to make you tired enough to quit. But I've come to tell you today I am restoring your strength. This is not the end of your story. Not even close. The attack that came last night wasn't the final word. It was a reaction to what I've already declared over your life. You are moving into a season of alignment, where what I spoke long ago begins to show up right in front of you. The delays are ending, the confusion is clearing. You are about to see with your own eyes what I've been preparing behind the scenes for years. Not because you earned it, but because I promised it. The road you've walked hasn't been easy. You've cried more than you've told anyone. You've questioned why things happened the way they did. You've had to let go of people you loved. You've had to walk through fire and still lift your hands in faith. And I've seen every step. I've kept every tear. I've heard every why. And even when I didn't answer right away, I was still working. The pain was not wasted. The fire did not destroy you. It refined you. It made you ready. You are about to walk into rooms that you used to pray just to see from a distance. You are going to speak in places where you once felt unworthy to enter. The same voice that trembled in fear will be used to declare my truth boldly. The same hands that once trembled in weakness will be lifted in praise, holding what I promised. You don't need to chase blessings. They're already moving toward you. You only need to stay faithful, stay positioned, stay awake. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right where I need you to be. Even when you don't understand, trust me. I don't make mistakes with timing. I know when to release. I know when to withhold. And I know when to protect you from what looks good but isn't sent from me. I've removed things from your life not to punish you, but to make room for what's next. You asked for better. I am giving you better. But better doesn't always come packaged in comfort. Sometimes it comes wrapped in surrender. My plans for you are still good, still full of hope, still leading you into a future you can't fully see yet. I have not forgotten what I said to you, and I have not changed my mind. People may have walked away, doors may have closed, things may have shifted suddenly, but I remain the same. I am not fickle. I am not moved by circumstances. I am steady, constant, faithful, and if I said I would do it, I will. Whether it's tomorrow or months from now, my word will stand. Why are neuroscientists obsessed with a 9-word sentence? Because this sentence, spoken once a day, is turning financial stress into sudden blessings. More than 19,000 people have already used it to erase debt and unlock a life of wealth, freedom, and peace. The results are so powerful some believe it's divine. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. The angels are still watching because they know something you don't. They know what's being released into your timeline. They see what I'm setting up for you, and they marvel that you still doubt how loved you are. They marvel that you still wonder if you're covered. Let me settle that question now. You are covered. You are chosen. You are protected. I have surrounded you with fire the enemy cannot cross. And what I've placed inside you is greater than anything against you. There is power in your praise, even when you're weary. There is power in your surrender, even when you don't have the answers. Keep walking, keep believing, keep speaking life. The storm is passing, and the sky is clearing. You will not die in this season. You will not break under this pressure. You will rise. You will see what I've promised, and you will testify of how I moved when no one else could. You cannot touch them. And while you were unaware, while you were asleep or distracted or overwhelmed by your own thoughts, I was standing guard. That's why the angels are still in awe, because what was set against you was real, and it was heavy, and it was meant to break you completely. But my hand held back the storm. You have no idea how much I've already done for you in silence. The battles you didn't even know to pray about, I fought for you. The curses spoken behind your back, I cancelled them before they ever landed. The betrayals you were never warned about, I turned them into redirection. I've been working in the unseen to preserve your life, your mind, your calling. And now, I need you to know just how serious it was. Because if you don't understand what was blocked, you won't fully value what's about to be released. You have been asking for a sign, for a moment that proves I'm still near. This is it, not a dream, not a coincidence. This moment right now is a divine interruption. I am stopping you in your tracks to show you what you missed, so you don't miss it again. I am shaking your spirit awake, because where I'm taking you next will require a different level of awareness, of boldness, of spiritual vision. You cannot afford to sleepwalk through your destiny anymore. If you're beginning to understand what I'm saying, comment 555. Let heaven see your agreement. I didn't choose you because you were strong. I chose you because I knew you would survive what others couldn't. I knew you would hold on even with shaking hands. I knew you would keep walking with broken feet. I saw your future long before you saw your pain. And I knew I would bring you through it, not so you could boast in your strength, but so you could point others to mine. Your survival isn't just a testimony for you, it's going to lift others out of their own dark places. You've been carrying wounds, some old, some new. Some you don't talk about anymore because you've learned to live with them. But I haven't forgotten them. I've been healing you even when you didn't notice. Slowly, gently, through time, through tears, through small moments that seemed ordinary but were actually holy. And soon, very soon, you're going to feel something you haven't felt in a long time: freedom. Not just emotional relief, but deep, lasting, soul freedom. I'm not just patching you up, I'm making you whole. The attacks you faced weren't random, they were coordinated. The enemy studied your habits, your triggers, your weaknesses. He thought if he hit you at the right time, you'd finally give up. But what he didn't count on was how deeply I've anchored you. What he didn't expect was the strength I placed in your spirit. Even when you felt like quitting, something in you kept going. That wasn't just your will, it was my grace, and it's still holding you now. I'm not just protecting you from others, I'm protecting you from yourself, from the moments when you doubt too deeply, from the words you speak over yourself out of frustration, from the thoughts that say, "I'm not enough," or "I'll never make it." I hear those thoughts, and I silence them with truth. I speak life over you even when you don't. I remind you of who you are, even when you forget. That's how much I love you. I'm involved in the smallest details of your heart. There are things that didn't work out, and you've wondered if that was punishment. It wasn't. It was preservation. What you thought you lost, I removed. Not to harm you, but to make space for what's better. The closed doors were not rejection, they were redirection. I don't waste time taking things from you unless I have something greater ahead, but I know it hurt. I know it confused you. That's why I'm speaking now, to let you know I never abandoned you. I was right there, catching every tear, guiding every step, even in the dark. I've heard the prayers you stopped praying, the ones you gave up on because it felt like nothing changed. But I haven't forgotten them. I've been working behind the scenes in ways you wouldn't understand yet. Some things take time, because what I'm building in you is stronger than the pressure trying to break you. I don't just bless quickly, I bless deeply. I make sure what I give you can't be stolen. That's why the process takes time. But don't confuse delay with denial. What I promised is still on the way. You've been asking, when will it be my turn? And I've been answering, I'm preparing you for more than just a turn. I'm preparing you for a position, a place, a purpose that won't fade. You won't just have a moment, you'll have a mantle. And once I place it on your life, no one can remove it. Not rejection, not loss, not betrayal, not fear. What I place over you stays, because it's not based on your perfection, it's based on my promise. If you believe I'm still working, still healing, still moving, then stay with me. You have no idea how many blessings are lined up with your name on them. You have no idea how many times I said no to the enemy when he came for you. You have no idea how many doors I'm about to open that you didn't even knock on. This is what I do for those I love. I go ahead of you. I make crooked paths straight. I turn ashes into beauty. I take the broken and make it holy. This banned wealth signal was hidden in a government vault for over 70 years until now. It's a simple 9-word brain trigger used by elites to attract unlimited money while the rest of the world struggles. But the moment too many people see this, it could be deleted. Click the link in the description and comments before it's taken down forever. You haven't seen anything yet. The best days are not behind you. I know it feels like you've missed out, like too much time has passed, like maybe your moment came and went. But I hold time. I restore time. I redeem what was lost, and I'm doing it for you now. I'm restoring years. I'm healing wounds. I'm returning joy. I'm bringing back dreams you buried. And I'm going to make it so clear that it was me, so undeniable, so unexpected, so beautiful that all you'll be able to do is lift your hands and weep in gratitude. So let me finish what I started. Don't run from me. Don't resist me. I'm not here to punish, I'm here to restore. I'm not here to condemn, I'm here to call you higher. You are mine. And no darkness, no failure, no lie can change that. Heaven has already declared it. I placed my hand over your chest while you slept and said, "Not yet." Their purpose is still unfolding. And so you rose, confused perhaps, tired maybe, but alive. Heaven saw what tried to take you, and now I'm asking you to open your eyes to it too. You don't need to fear what could have happened. You need to understand what didn't happen because of me. I stopped something in the spirit last night that was meant to echo destruction into your days. There were words spoken against you, but they hold no weight here. I silenced every tongue that rose in judgment. I shut down every invisible plan. You didn't see it, but your name was spoken in battle. Not by man, but by me. I called you protected. I called you mine. And the angels stood to enforce that truth. I didn't bring you this far to leave you wondering if you're loved. You are. Unshakably, endlessly, deeply loved. Not for what you've done, but simply because you are mine. I see you trying. I see you struggling. I see you doubting yourself more than you'll admit. But I see something in you that even you've forgotten, a spark I placed there from the beginning. That spark is still alive. And now, I'm breathing on it again. If you feel that breath of life, that stirring in your soul, comment 1212. Something is shifting even now. I'm not asking for your perfection. I never was. I'm asking for your attention. Because what I'm about to do next requires your full awareness. You've been wandering in circles, holding questions you're too afraid to ask out loud. Why does it always fall apart? Why do I feel so close, and then everything goes silent? Why does it feel like everyone else is moving forward except me? These questions are not weakness, they're signals. They show your heart is still awake, and I want to speak into every single one of them. You are not behind, you are in process, and there's a big difference. You're in a season of transition, one that looks like stillness, but is filled with divine movement. Just because you can't see what I'm doing doesn't mean I'm not doing it. The seed grows in the dark before it breaks through the soil. That's where you are, hidden but growing, covered but not forgotten. I am preparing you for something your current season could not handle yet, and soon what I've been developing will emerge. Last night's battle wasn't meant to end you, it was meant to wake you. The tension you felt, the anxiety that crept in, The sudden wave of fear, it wasn't random. The enemy sent it hoping to catch you off guard. But instead, it triggered this moment, this encounter, right here, right now. And I'm using it. Because what the enemy sends for harm, I always have the power to transform. And I will. I already am. Don't make the mistake of assuming silence means absence. I was there in the stillness. I was there when the tears rolled quietly down your face and no one noticed. I was there when you didn't have the words to pray, so you just whispered, "My name." That was enough. I don't require eloquence. I respond to surrender. Even when you didn't feel me, I was holding you. Even when your strength gave out, mine did not. I carried you through what should have crushed you. I want to be clear with you. You're entering a shift, a spiritual pivot. Things that were stuck are going to start moving. Prayers you forgot about are going to be answered. You will hear my voice more clearly. Your sleep will change. Your thoughts will become sharper. Because the fog is lifting. I'm doing something new, and the enemy knows it. That's why he tried to attack you in the night, because daybreak is coming, and with it, fresh oil, fresh peace, fresh purpose. You are not just anyone. You carry my mark. That is why warfare has followed you. That is why you've battled depression, rejection, and sudden losses. The pressure hasn't been because of your weakness. It's been because of your calling. But now, I'm lifting the weight. I'm resetting the atmosphere around you. I'm opening your ears to my voice again. And you will walk into this next season with your eyes wide open, knowing you were never alone. You thought it was just a hard week. You thought you were just tired. But it wasn't natural, it was spiritual. And the moment you began to see that, everything began to shift. Because now you're fighting with revelation. You're praying with understanding. You're worshiping not just for comfort, but for victory. You're not begging for peace anymore, you're declaring it. That's the shift I've been waiting for. That's the strength I've been growing in you. If you are ready to walk in that kind of strength, stay with me. I have more to show you, more to heal, more to give. Your breakthrough isn't coming, it's already here. It just hasn't fully unfolded in the physical yet, but it's done in the spirit. It's sealed. It's set. It's yours. And the next time the enemy tries to whisper that you're forgotten, that you're stuck, that nothing's changing, I want you to remember this moment. Remember what I stopped. Remember what I said. And declare it out loud. Speak it over yourself. Because your voice is powerful when it agrees with mine. Can just saying 9 words daily actually make money flow into your life? A top neuroscientist says yes, and the FBI accidentally confirmed it. This forgotten prayer is now transforming ordinary people into debt-free and financially free for life. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. There is no curse strong enough to override my covering. There is no lie loud enough to drown out my truth. There is no past too broken for me to redeem. You are still in the story because I'm not done writing it, and the next chapter will make sense of the last one. The glory coming will outweigh the pain. The peace ahead will silence the storms behind. And when it's all said and done, you'll look back not with regret, but with awe. You'll say, only God could have kept me sane through that. Only God could have healed what was that shattered. Only God could have turned that pain into purpose. And you will not just survive, you will thrive. You will lead others out of the same darkness you walked through, because your scars will carry power, not shame. Your testimony will be your weapon, and your story will not be one of defeat, it will be one of victory. You're not imagining things, you're waking up spiritually. And that's exactly what the enemy tried to stop last night. He didn't come for your things, He came for your awareness. Because when you truly wake up and realize who you are in me, he loses all control over your life. He fears the moment you understand what I've placed inside you. He fears the moment you begin to walk in boldness, knowing you're covered, chosen, and filled with my power. That's why the pressure has increased. That's why confusion tried to creep in. The enemy hoped you'd give up before this moment, before this understanding hit your heart. But here you are, still listening, still standing, and I'm proud of you for that. Even in your weakness, you didn't let go. Even in your lowest moments, you kept holding on. That is faith. You've been asking for peace, and I'm giving it now. Not just a surface calm, but deep peace that settles into your soul. The kind that doesn't waver when life does. The kind that whispers, God is still in control, even when nothing makes sense. I'm not just calming the storm around you, I'm calming the one within you. Because real peace doesn't always come from the outside changing. Sometimes it comes from me changing you from the inside out. If you can feel that peace settling in your chest, even just a little, comment 777. Speak it, believe it, receive it. You need to understand something important. I never promised life would be without struggle. I never said you wouldn't face pain. But I did promise this: I would never leave you. I would never forsake you. And I would never allow a storm that I couldn't use for your good. You have faced disappointment. You've tasted betrayal. You've cried over things you never told anyone about. And still, I've kept you. Still, I've been faithful. The path you're walking hasn't been easy, and that's because it's sacred. The more valuable the destination, the more resistance you face. The greater the anointing, the more intense the attacks. And child, your anointing is no small thing. That's why the enemy launched what he did last night. That's why the spiritual realm stood still, because the weight of your purpose shook the atmosphere. Angels were dispatched because your calling was being tested, and I made sure they surrounded you. This is not just about your personal comfort, it's about your destiny. It's about the generations that will be impacted by your obedience. It's about the lives you will touch, the chains you will help break, the people who will look at your story and find hope. That's why this is bigger than you. That's why the attack wasn't random, it was specific. Because your breakthrough is tied to others' freedom, and I will not let that be stopped. I'm about to lift the veil from your eyes. You're going to start seeing things more clearly. Where you once saw confusion, you'll see direction. Where you once felt anxiety, you'll feel assurance. I'm giving you spiritual clarity, vision that cuts through the fog and helps you discern what is from me and what is not. You've been walking through some places with uncertainty, but that's about to change. You'll know what to do. You'll know who to trust. You'll know where to go. The key is staying close to me. I'm not a God of confusion. I speak peace. I bring light. And I want to lead you into the next chapter, but I won't force you. I gave you free will, not to abandon you to your own devices, but to walk beside you as you choose me daily. And I'm here now, inviting you again, choose me. Even when it's hard, even when the path is narrow, because where I lead, there is life. There are things you've been carrying that I never asked you to hold. Expectations, pressure, guilt, shame. You've tried to earn my love, but child, you already have it. You don't have to perform for me. You just have to be with me. Talk to me. Walk with me. I miss the moments where you just came to me, without needing anything, just to sit with me. Let's go back to that place. Let me be your first love again. You've looked at others and wondered why their path seems easier, why doors open for them and not for you. But what you don't see is what I'm doing inside you. Your process is different because your purpose is different. You're not meant to blend in, you're meant to stand out. You're not meant to move quickly, you're meant to move deeply. And what I'm building in you requires depth, roots, strength. Because the higher I take you, the stronger your foundation must be. Don't rush this. Don't resent this. I'm not delaying your life. I'm developing it. I'm stripping away what you thought you needed so you can receive what I always intended for you. The right doors are coming. The right connections are being aligned. The right timing is unfolding. But if I opened it all too soon, it would crush you. So I'm pacing this with love. You don't see it yet, but later you'll thank me for the slow places. Why are 55 countries using the same mysterious money script? Because a leaked research file just exposed a 9-word pattern that activates wealth-attracting pathways in the brain. Repeat it daily, and watch money flow like water into your life. But the government might pull this secret any minute. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. I'm also healing things you stopped praying about. Childhood wounds, deep disappointments, secret fears. I see it all, and I care. I'm not afraid of your pain. I'm not disgusted by your brokenness. I draw near to the shattered places because that's where my glory shines the brightest. Don't hide from me. Invite me in. Let me sit with you in the places no one else is allowed. I am the God who restores what others overlook. There are miracles coming, not just blessings, but real miracles, things that cannot be explained by logic or timing or effort. I'm about to move in a way that makes people stop and say, "Only God." That's what you've been waiting for. That's what I'm setting you up for. But you must not stop now. The breakthrough is real. The shift is real. And it's already in motion. Because even when the weight of life pushed you down, your soul still whispered my name. And that whisper, quiet, shaky, barely audible, was enough to call down heaven's help. That's why I acted last night. That's why I blocked what was meant to harm you. You may not have known what was coming, but I did. There's been a war around you for longer than you realize. You've felt it, haven't you? The restlessness, the heaviness, the sudden waves of emotion that don't seem to make sense. That's not just life. That's spiritual warfare. Because your presence in this world threatens darkness. You carry light. You carry purpose. And the enemy has been hoping that if he presses hard enough, you'll fold. But you haven't. Even when you've stumbled, you've gotten back up. And I've counted every step. Not one has been wasted. If you're ready to keep going, comment 999. You are walking into something sacred. You've asked me why it's been so hard lately. Why your prayers seem to go unanswered. Why some nights feel heavier than others. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I've been battling for you. What looked like silence was actually strategy. I've been fighting things off of you that would have crushed you. Some things I didn't even explain, because if you saw the full extent of what was aimed at your soul, you would have collapsed under the weight of it. So instead, I shielded you, silently, fully. The angels I sent weren't confused. They knew their assignment. They surrounded your home. They stood at your doors. They hovered over your mind while you slept. They whispered peace into your atmosphere. While the enemy tried to plant fear, I was planting promises. And while you lay there unaware, heaven stood guard. You need to know this because the blessing that's about to show up in your life isn't just a reward, it's evidence. Proof of what I protected. Proof of what I preserved. You were surrounded by fire, but you came out without a burn. That's not coincidence. That's covenant. I made you a promise, and I have not forgotten it. I don't forget like people do. I don't change my mind out of frustration or disappointment. I remain. My promises are yes and amen. even when you can't see them, even when they feel far away, even when everything in your life seems to say the opposite. My word stands, my plans hold firm, and I'm going to finish what I started in you. Nothing can stop it now. There's a reason you're still here. And it's not because you've done everything right. It's because I'm not done showing what I can do through you. Your mistakes don't cancel your calling. Your failures don't erase your purpose. The enemy wants you to live in shame, constantly looking backward. But I'm calling you forward. I don't call you by your failures, I call you by your future. And your future is bright, no matter how dark the road has felt lately. I know you've questioned me. I know you've cried in confusion, wondering why I didn't stop certain things, why I allowed some losses, why people walked away. But child, I need you to trust that I am wiser than your understanding. I didn't remove people to hurt you. I removed them to protect you. Some connections were blocking what I was trying to build in you. Some doors you wanted to walk through were never going to lead to peace. And though it hurt, I used it. I used it all to bring you here to this moment of clarity. I am not asking you to be fearless. I'm asking you to trust me even when you're afraid. To take the next step even with trembling hands. You don't have to see the whole path. You just need to walk the next part with me. I'll light the way. I always have. Even in the seasons where you thought you were lost, I was guiding you. Even in the silence, I was near. You've never taken a breath without my presence being wrapped around it. This next part of your life isn't going to look like the last. The pain won't last forever. The loneliness won't linger. The confusion won't consume you. I'm turning the page. And what I'm writing now will restore what was stolen. It will rebuild what was broken. It will renew what felt ruined. Because I am the God of resurrection. I bring life where there's been death. I bring beauty out of ashes. And I'm about to do that in you. You won't recognize yourself a year from now. The healing that's coming will change how you see everything. You'll laugh again, not the surface kind, but deep laughter that comes from peace. You'll rest again, not just physically, but in your soul. You'll love again, dream again, believe again. And not because life got easier, but because you trusted me through the fire. That kind of faith always bears fruit. If you believe that something new is about to rise in your life, stay close, stay expectant. This is not just talk. This is a move of God. I'm orchestrating things you don't see. Conversations are happening behind closed doors. Opportunities are aligning. Delays are breaking. And soon, what felt impossible will feel inevitable. Because when I speak, creation listens. And I've already spoken over your life. What secret did the FBI hide about your brain and money? They discovered a phrase just 9 words long that flips a switch in your mind to attract wealth without effort. It's already changed the lives of thousands of people in just weeks. If you're seeing this, you're lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. Don't shrink yourself to fit people's comfort zones. Don't quiet your calling to make others feel better. I didn't set you apart so you could blend in. I didn't anoint you for the background. I called you to rise. I called you to carry something heavy, yes, but also holy. And I've given you the grace to do it. You're not too broken. You're not too late. You're right on time for what I'm about to release. And when it happens, you'll remember this moment. You'll remember this word. You'll remember the weight of what you felt when I said, "Only you don't know what happened last night." Because you'll realize it wasn't just about danger, it was about destiny. It was about waking you up to the reality that heaven has always been fighting for you, that you are not forgotten, that you are deeply known, and that you are being prepared for something you never imagined. What could have been your ending was blocked. What was set in motion against you was undone, and I allowed you to wake up not just to live another day, but to finally realize the weight of your calling. You are not average. You are not meant to live a life tucked into the background, hidden behind fear and doubt. You are my vessel, my light. You are chosen to break patterns, lift burdens, and shift atmospheres, and that's why the attack came. Not because you are weak, but because you're about to step into strength like you've never known. That's why the darkness pressed in so hard. Because your life, your obedience, your survival threatens everything hell built against your bloodline. If you feel something stirring deep within, a fire you thought had died starting to rise again, comment 1010. Let the enemy know you're still here. The angels didn't just watch last night, they celebrated. Because when the attack failed, when the enemy was turned away, they saw another chapter get unlocked in your life. They saw the chains that tried to form break into dust. They saw the fear that tried to take root fall powerless. And you woke up thinking it was just another day, but it wasn't. It was the beginning of the turning point. You've been holding pain for too long. You've been walking with a quiet ache, carrying things you thought you had to hide. But I see it, and I'm not disappointed in you. I'm moved by your faithfulness in the middle of it all. You kept going even when you didn't feel me. You kept believing even when it looked like nothing was changing. And that kind of faith, that even if, faith, that's what I honor. That's what I'm rewarding. I am restoring your inner world. Because it's not enough for things around you to change. If what's inside you still feels broken, you've learned how to survive. Now I'm going to teach you how to thrive. I'm removing the weight from your chest. I'm healing the invisible wounds. The ones you've grown used to, the ones you've normalized. I'm speaking peace into every place that's been overwhelmed. Because you were never meant to live numb. You were meant to live full. You've asked me why some things ended the way they did. Why you had to lose people you thought were forever. Why I let certain doors close when you were ready to walk through them. But what you saw as loss, I was using as preparation. Some things you prayed to keep would have kept you from becoming who I made you to be. I had to allow it to end so I could start something better. You don't see it yet, but every ending had purpose. Every goodbye was tied to growth. I've never taken something from you without the intention to replace it with something greater. Maybe not immediately, maybe not the same way, but always greater. That's how I work. I'm not interested in giving you what the world calls good. I want to give you what is best, what is lasting, what cannot be stolen. And for that, I needed your heart to be free. Free from dependence on people who couldn't carry your calling. Free from cycles that delayed your destiny. Free to trust me with everything. There is something sacred about your resilience, about how you kept moving forward, step by step, even when it felt like everything around you was falling apart. I was there in every step, holding you when you didn't know you were being held, strengthening you when you thought you were alone. And now, because you didn't quit, I'm pouring fresh oil over your life. A fresh anointing, a deeper power, a new authority, and the enemy knows it. That's why he tried to confuse you in the night. That's why he sent voices of doubt, trying to convince you that it's too late, that you've missed your chance, that nothing will ever change. But he is a liar, and I'm uncovering every lie now. Because you are not behind, you're exactly where I need you to be for what I'm about to do. The timeline hasn't been wasted. I redeem time. I restore years. I rewrite stories. And I'm doing it for you. If you're still with me, know this: your fight is not for nothing. Your tears have been seen, your prayers have not returned empty, and your name is known in heaven. There are things I'm aligning right now that will leave you speechless. The very doors that once slammed shut are going to open wide. The very areas where you felt weakest will become your greatest testimony. And those who thought your story was over are going to witness your rise. You are stepping into a season of revelation, where what didn't make sense before will suddenly become clear. You're going to understand why the waiting was necessary, why I had to remove certain people, why the blessing had to be delayed. Because if it had come sooner, you might have settled. You might have believed it was your doing. But now you'll know it was all me, and you won't walk into it with pride. You'll walk in with peace, with humility, with confidence not in yourself, but in my faithfulness. You'll carry authority not because of your title, but because of your testimony. And when others ask how you made it through, you'll say, it was God, only God. A neuroscientist says, yes, a 9-word script, long buried in government files, can fire up a prehistoric brainwave that pulls money in faster. This breakthrough is already under legal pressure and could disappear any second. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted forever. There's no need to fear what's ahead. I'm already there. I've walked into your future and cleared the path. The crooked places are becoming straight. The mountains are being moved. The valleys are being lifted. You are surrounded by my presence, covered by my grace, and led by my spirit. And nothing, not fear, not failure, not even your own doubts can stop what I've put in motion. So take a breath. Let your shoulders relax. You are safe here. You are seen. You are known. And you are so deeply loved. What happened last night wasn't an ending, it was a beginning. And from here forward, I'm walking with you into every room, every decision, every season. Even when you ran, even when you pushed me away, even when you doubted that I could still use you, I stayed. I stayed because I see what's inside of you. I see the gold beneath the dust. I see the beauty I placed in you before the pain tried to hide it. There are things in motion right now, shifts, alignments, divine rearrangements that you haven't even sensed yet. Doors you didn't even know existed are about to swing wide open. Opportunities you thought were lost are circling back. Relationships that were never meant to last are being removed gently, while new connections are forming in the unseen. All of this has been orchestrated, not by chance, not by coincidence, but by my hand. I am the God of details, and I'm working out every detail for your good. You've been tired lately, not just in your body, but in your soul. Tired of trying, tired of holding everything together. Tired of pretending you're okay when inside you're unraveling. I see that.